Jesus is depicted as being full of action in our gospel today. In the first part of the gospel, it is recounted that many people approached Jesus, bringing those who were sick and possessed by demons. Jesus welcomed all of them and addressed their needs. He healed the sick and freed those possessed by demons. In the second part, the gospel describes Jesus as traveling around Galilee to preach in the synagogues and to drive out demons. His desire to preach to as many people as possible was intense, so he couldn't be stopped by those seeking him. He said, "We must also go to the neighboring towns so that I can preach there too." Jesus never tires. In one story of the gospel, it is said that he no longer has time for himself. He couldn't even eat because he was so busy taking care of those who approached him. As a result, some people thought he was losing his mind or being careless because his concern for others was so great. But for Jesus, his continued work has another reason. The Father continues to work, and so do I. Where does Jesus' extraordinary strength come from? The framework of today's gospel hints at his secret. Between two accounts of Jesus' deeds, Jesus is depicted praying in a secluded place. His life of prayer, his constant communication with the Father, is the source of his tireless stamina. Because of this, he can declare, "The Son can do nothing on his own, but only what he sees the Father doing." Jesus often prays before he takes significant steps or makes important decisions. Action and prayer are the collaborative themes of our gospel today. Jesus is presented as a model of action and prayer. We are invited to emulate Jesus in these two activities. Let's clarify what response is being asked of us. First, taking action for the benefit of others. Our efforts become meaningful when others benefit from them. This happens when we are full of love for those in need. We may not be able to heal the sick or drive out demons, but we can care for the sick and free people from various troubles that afflict them. As followers of Jesus, we are asked to continue what he did. Working is part of humanity's original duty. When God tasked our first parents to manage the world, it is linked to the honor given to humans to be partners with God in creation. Secondly, prayer. Our work is not an excuse to forget about prayer. Because Jesus is convinced that prayer is necessary for his work, he looks for opportunities to pray. If Jesus, who is the Son of God and God himself, sees the value in prayer and prayed, then it's even more important for us humans to do so. It is no wonder our Commanding General of the Philippine Army, Lieutenant General Roy M. Galido, has made prayer a central part of his command guidance for the Philippine Army personnel. He is directing everyone in the Army to make prayer a way of life or a regular and essential practice in their lives. This involves maintaining a strong connection with God through prayer, integrating prayer into our own daily routines, seeking guidance, expressing gratitude, and finding strength and support from God during various activities and challenges in life. Essentially, it means keeping an open line of communication with God and making prayer a consistent and vital part of our existence. Prayer is necessary because it opens our hearts to receive blessings from God. Through prayer, we see ourselves within a larger picture of God's domain, and we see the connection of our action to God's overall plan. Because of this, our actions gain purpose, and our efforts and movements become unified. Let us therefore act and pray with Jesus. Amen.